and you've got a very unique cannabis content creating way. And personally, on my page, I show my plants, but that hurts me on my YouTube, man. Can you go over a lot of the reasons why you don't show your plants in your videos and kind of the benefits of that?
Well, I sort of try to switch it up, like I show my plants and like a lot of my older videos, you would have seen like my plants. I like to show like the progression from where I've come because a lot of people sort of like try to hide their failures and stuff. So in the early days, I showed a lot of my failures. I showed a lot of my bad videos. People look at my videos and be like, dude, that plant sucks. Like those buds look super airy, but like it's all about progression, man. So as I learned more and more, I was like, okay, well, I can't always just like, show off my plants. I also just need to like give the people some of the tips and tricks that I've learned that help me not grow those shitty plants anymore. So I just sort of like, okay, if I have something that's going on in the garden, I burnt these plants and I figured out a way to bounce back from it. I'm gonna be like, okay, what did I do? I write it down. Like I usually have a little book where I write everything down. I got a bunch of notes on here that I write stuff down in all the time. So I just try to write everything down. And if I think it's worth like bringing it to the people, this is something that can help them, then hell yeah, man, I'm gonna bring it to them and I'm gonna just drop that knowledge. Because what I've found personally, dude, is that when I ran into issues, I'm looking for information. I'm looking for help. And a lot of people gatekeep. They hoard their information. They want to show you their plans, dude. Don't get me wrong. A lot of people love showing off their plans. Like, who doesn't, bro? That's what Instagram is for. That's what YouTube is for. That's what Facebook is for and stuff. But at the end of the day, they don't tell you, like, how they did it. They don't, like, help the beginners. People got questions. They drop it in their comments on their pictures or their videos, and you don't see a response. You don't see anyone trying to help them out. So I was like, okay, I'm going to try to pick up that mantle. I'm going to try to drop some knowledge for you guys. Anything that I can do to help you guys, that's where I'm at. So that's basically what my whole channel is about helping growers out. I show my stuff as well. Like I did a recent seed to harvest video on the in-house genetics, man. It was a dope video. Shout out to everyone that liked the video. And I'm working on another one soon. So hopefully that'll be out within the next couple of weeks or so. But it's all about just finding that balance,
Yeah, man. It looks like you got a lot on this page. I mean, you got weed in the news. You've got how-to tutorials. You've got some live streams, all kinds of stuff, man. You got full seed to harvest. But one of my favorite things on your page, man, is the Talking Loud podcast, man. Ooh. The Talking Loud podcast. I enjoy it, man. I love the intro. I love the just the fun quirkiness of it, man. I like how you just kind of get high over there and have a good time, man. What's it take What's it take to start a podcast, man, in the cannabis community? Like to create this content, man, it's fucking got to take a lot of time.
Yeah, dude. It takes a lot of time. It also takes like a lot of will from you. It takes a lot of effort when it comes to scheduling. But for me, dude, the biggest thing was just to show my face, bro. Because if you look back at a lot of my early videos, I didn't show my face. You saw my hands, you saw my feet, you saw my toes. You didn't see my face, bro. Like I even sped up my voice because I didn't want people to actually know it was me, because like I was a lawyer. I'm still a lawyer. Like I just didn't want people to like make that connection. It's so taboo, which is the sad thing about it. Eventually I was like, you know what? Screw it, man. And I showed my face and I did episode 1 of the Talking Loud podcast. It was me by myself, just me talking to the camera, dude. And introducing myself to everyone, man, to the world. And that's pretty much where it took off. The second episode I did, again, it was by myself. And then the third one, I brought on Natty's Naughty Nursery. The fourth one, Toad Grows. I think you came on. You were like the 10th episode, man. So shout out to you, man. You were the first guest that I had on after I did the move from Trinidad, from the Caribbean out here to Colorado, man. So shout out to you, man. That's Appreciate dope, you for jumping on.
Shout out to all those guys, man. That's a lot of cool people that I've met through these platforms, man. And this whole social media thing for cannabis is obviously so fucking new for all of us, right? And we really don't know where it's headed or what you can get away with. And we've got questions in the chat here. One of them was, what's some tips or advice you'd give to somebody that was in an illegal state? I mean, personally, I would say I wouldn't be doing it. I wouldn't risk it. I wouldn't risk it. And if you do, allegedly, I'm not going to recommend that. What's your thoughts on it? He's thinking maybe a VPN or something along those lines.
Yeah, some of those things would definitely be useful, man. Like that was one of the biggest issues with me, man. When I was growing and it wasn't legal yet, and even when it was legal, I just didn't want people to know I was growing. I was like, okay, I got to upload my YouTube videos under a VPN. Like I got to change my voice, and it's just a lot. So it really can like bear on you, and maybe the risk isn't worth the reward, especially if you're just like trying to maybe create a YouTube channel, if you're just growing at home, personally, really super incognito, a little closet setup, you keep everything, under wraps, maybe you can get away with that. But I really wouldn't recommend to anyone to break the law in this state or anything like that, man. Just be smart. Let's just put it that way.
And
Just be smart.
Allegedly, if you are doing it, you might not want to document it. And and that's coming from. We've got a lawyer on the air right now, and it's probably a pretty good recommendation. We got another one coming in here. Hey, Joe.